Hello, welcome back. I'm Statman Dave. Today we're going to be looking at Aston Villa versus Manchester United. We're going to break down all the tactics, the stats, and all that good stuff. Anyway, if you are new around here, please hit subscribe. But also, of course, check out SofaScore, link in the description below. It's where we find all of our wonderful statistics and all of our information. Anyway, you know what time it is. It's time to dive into the statistics and the tactics. Manchester United have been playing a 4-2-2-2-2 under Ralph Rangnick. But for me, this game needs a diamond in midfield. Diamonds are forever, and I think it will help Manchester United in a number of different facets of their game. I think Manchester United at times have struggled to press well under Ralph Rangnick. Whether that's an application of new methods, whether that's them falling back on the old things that are coming into their mind under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think it's a combination of a few things. I think the diamond straight away allows United to be far more compact when they're pressing. You're talking the natural side of a diamond doesn't have that much width in that shape. So when you're looking at the likes of the midfield three for this game that I think should be Fred, Bruno and Nemanja Matic, and the front three of Donny, Greenwood and Rashford, naturally they're going to be a lot more narrow than a flat midfield four that we've seen United defend against. One of the big issues I think with United at the moment is when they get to positions to press, it's been too easy to play around the press and simply escape it, especially with the other, going down the other flank. One of the big concerns with that flat four, if we just imagine United defending in a flat four there, has been the positioning of that outside midfielder on the far side, where they're too far away from that centre-back to put the press on and push the ball back to an area where United have a natural overload. I think that's a big thing with the diamond. Simply, you're going to have Rashford higher up the pitch so he can deal with any back passes, but also can deal with any square passes at midfielder and hopefully force him back into the area of the pitch where United have got their bodies. Very, very important. So that's the first big benefit of of the diamond. The pressing will massively improve just because of the natural narrower shape and the positioning of that higher forward. But also on the counter-attack, United have failed to score a goal on the break yet under Ralph Rangnick. You watch his Leipzig team, they were so good on the counter, and one of the big things was the diamond shape. Instead of United, as they did against Aston Villa in the FA Cup, having their two wingers super-duper wide in the transition, what United will have with the diamond is those guys actually sitting in the channels. So instead of them having to take on, the likes of Matty Cash, then beating Tyrone Mings, or Greenwood beating Target, then beating Ezri Konsa, you've got that position where actually they're straight up against that centre-back. So any ball out the back, long ball, switch of play over the top, you've got Marcus Rashford dribbling direct at Tyrone Mings, or alternatively Mason Greenwood dribbling direct at Ezri Konsa. Then the big thing Mason Greenwood want to see this game is getting his head up when he gets into the final third. There were so many times that he could have squared it to Marcus Rashford against Aston Villa in the FA Cup, and it was disappointing. Mason Greenwood has the potential to be a very complete centre-forward. His awareness, his passing is very, very good. But in the penalty area, he gets very, very greedy and looks to get shots off himself. To become that complete player, to become that true team player, and to get to the period of his career where he's making the right calls and right decisions, needs to get his head up in those positions and allow the passes for teammates just in better positions. Too many times he saw him go 1v1 with Emi Martinez, and Emi Martinez come on top. So in terms of that sort of counter-attacking potential in the diamond, the channels will be far more effective. United will be able to transition, but also having a link man in there in Donny van de Beek. Donny van de Beek is the perfect striker for perfect sort of false nine, tip of the diamond type player for Manchester United, because he's simple and he'll link the play. If you look at Emil Forsberg's numbers last season under Rangnick, at Leipzig in the diamond, the pass accuracies were 91%. You got a player that's simply linking the break behind the opponent's midfield. I think it's a big thing when you're playing against this Aston Villa team, because of their nature being high octane and pressing up the pitch. You can get to a position where you can shit past Ramsey's pressure as a right back and then look to hit that inside pass. That connectivity wasn't there in the FA Cup game. You had Edison Cavani, you had Bruno Fernandes, but they weren't frequently drifting off the line. So when Diogo Dalot got into that position and played that pass inside, there wasn't a teammate that he could pick out and to get to. But I think with the diamond, you've naturally got a number 10 there that's going to hold the ball, that's going to play it forward and going to link with the attackers. We don't need the Hollywood passes from this number 10 area. We just need simple passes to the feet of the forwards. And I also think with Bruno Fernandes as a deeper midfielder, not only do you get his range from deep, it's his ability to play into the channels and play over the top to link with Donny van de Beek, but also you get his impact from, arriving late into the penalty area. Something that he made his name for at Sporting Lisbon was the late runs into the box from deep midfield positions. He's done that at United in a slightly higher position at number 10, but I still believe from central midfield he could provide a great role from this deep area, but also from shots from edge of the box as well, considering the back four will probably usually be taken up by United's 3 attackers. There will be space for Bruno to crack shots at range, and I feel getting Bruno Fernandes on the ball in the final third in the areas, allowing him to shoot from a deeper position with 3 players ahead of him. I think we've seen the best Bruno Fernandes. Obviously with United as well, having Fred and Matic providing that security in midfield gives him the real freedom to attack. Of course, looking at down the other way of Aston Villa and what strengths they've got in this game. Aston Villa with their midfield 3, we know the work they can play. But also the likes of, Douglas Luiz in an attacking sense has been very, very impressive for me. Hence another reason why you want a number 9, a false 9 or a tip of the diamond type player in Donny van de Beek to deal with Douglas Luiz. Too frequently he had the pitch to play through for Manchester United to hit forwards, to hit McGinn, to hit Matty Cash on the overlap, maybe Target as well. So I think with a big thing with Villa, it's about getting him on the ball as much as possible and allowing him to play make with the likes of Bundia. Of course, Aston Villa have been very active in the transfer market and for me made 2 brilliant acquisitions. Luca Dean coming into the team, but also Philippe Coutinho. Where Philippe Coutinho plays for this Villa team will be quite interesting, be it in the central midfield area or in a number 10 position we could see. Coutinho played basically his best football in his career under Brendan Rodgers in this type of position for me. The season that Liverpool nearly won the league, he was fantastic in the inside left channel. Of course, he had some good seasons and very top performances in Jurgen Klopp's team at central midfield, so that is an option as well. But Luca Dean will provide so much more in an attacking sense than Matt Target. And it very much makes Villa very dual on the flanks. They can play this narrow system, these 2 10s behind a striker, knowing that Cash and Luca Dean will provide the width in the final third. But as well with Coutinho spark in central midfield, there's so many different threats. If Coutinho can draw the pressure out, then slip it to Bundia in between the lines and maybe play off him, then play off Danny Ings and the little link play there. Very, very dangerous for United. So now let's take a look at the stats, the data behind this game. Of course, Manchester United versus Aston Villa is a Premier League classic game. But Villa are winless in the last 22 home games against Manchester United, drawing 7 and losing 15. United have opened up the scoring. Or have scored the opening goal in 33 games against Aston Villa. They've gone on to win 32 and drawn 1. In terms of Bruno Fernandes, a man in form against Aston Villa in the recent history between the two sides. Obviously, looking at the games between the two sides, Bruno Fernandes directly involved in 4 goals in the last 4 games. Of course, 3 goals and an assist. Cristiano Ronaldo as well, that may be in the team, that may not be in the team, dependent on his injury and how he can recover from that, has got a great record against Aston Villa. And in terms of the stats behind that, in 9 Premier League games, for Manchester United, he scored 8 goals and got 3 assists. Villa is his favourite opponent in terms he scored more goals and been directly involved in more goals against Villa than any other side. So if he's fit, that's going to be a huge bonus for Manchester United. But if not, go with the young guns in Marcus Rashford and, of course, Mason Greenwood up top. Big for Manchester United. They've got to go to a diamond. I don't expect Villa's stars to start the game in the likes of Coutinho and Luca Dean, but they could provide some good option off the bench. I think for United, going with the youthful front line, going with the diamond is going to be massively important. And Donny van de Beek as that link man, that second striker that can link the play perfectly for United. But anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on Man United's game away at Aston Villa. Let me know what you think in the chat below. Give me your score prediction, of course. Subscribe if you're new. Check out SofaScore, and we'll see you later.